Hey guys, hope you're all doing well today. So right off the bat, two things, well, three things. First thing is I'm redoing, I've been contemplating the Disney game that I was coming up with before. I'm redoing the whole board. I don't like it. It's way too simplistic and it's just really boring to me. So if I don't like it, I'm not gonna make a copy of it for like friends and family type thing. On top of that, two arts and crafts pop into my head while I was playing a video game today. One of them, I had my Game Boy sitting right on top of my PlayStation, and I looked at it. I don't have a proper display for Game Boy games to kind of just sit there on a shelf all stacked nice and neat together with the Game Boy Advance and Game Boy games. I don't really have a way to display them. I don't have the original boxes just because I don't like collecting the original boxes. They're cardboard and they wear out very easily. Especially if you want to play the game, you got to keep opening the box, and over time that will deteriorate and break it down. What I'm thinking about doing is going to Michael's and getting some balsa wood and making a really sharp looking box with a lid to it. I'm not sure exactly how I want it to look, so I'm going to draw that up this weekend, get some ideas going for it, look on Pinterest, see what other people have done, something like that. But then the other thing, and I'll show a picture right here so you guys can know what I'm looking at. What I'm trying to find are gaming related kiosk or signs of like say PlayStation or Nintendo, especially PlayStation, that I can have here. Like I've always wanted one of those, and the only issue is like if you go online, a lot of people are selling those for like $700, $1,200, if not more, especially for the older ones. And it's like, I don't have the money for that. There's no way I'm going to spend the money on that. You can make something cheaper to display. What I found though, for signs, if you look at these signs right here, they look like an acrylic or glass or plexiglass finish or front to it with a poster behind it or some kind of sign, some sort of sign on it. The only issue is that if I were to do that, like, it's not that hard. Take the plexiglass, take the poster, put some adhesive on the plexiglass and stick the poster to it. The issue is if you're not a pro at it, and I'm nowhere near a pro for stuff like that, you run the chance of getting air bubbles. So you have to be really, really careful. But I think it'd be a really cool arts and crafts thing, and I kind of want to try it. Plexiglass isn't that expensive, and I can just go and print out. The issue with printing out stuff is that if you go to Michael's or, not Michael's, Office Max, Office Depot, any kind of printing store, they won't print pictures like that for the most part, unless you get really lucky and the guy doesn't care about the rules. They don't print stuff like that because of copyright laws or trademark laws. So I'm gonna have to figure out what to do with that. But if anything, I could just find a printer. I don't want to have to buy one, those are expensive. I could just find somebody with a big printer and print out a really nice glossy finish. Once I find out some more information, I'll let you guys know though. So I bit the bullet and I rented Rampage, the movie based on the old video game, the one that starred The Rock and had the big albino gorilla, that one. And while watching it, I'm not really sure how to feel about the movie. Like, I remember the game a certain way, and watching the movie, it's not bad. Like, if you're a little kid and you want to see some big animals, yeah, sure, go for it. Take your kid to go see it. But there was some things in it that just made me go, The main bad guys in the movie, they were just made for this movie. They weren't from the original game. Actually, the original bad guys were named Scumlabs, I think, or something like that. But then the animals in the movie were always animals. And I'm like, that, for some reason, I just remember them reverting back to humans. George becomes a gorilla when he has a experimental vitamin. Ralph becomes a wolf when he is exposed to a food additive. Lizzie, the lizard, became a lizard when he or she, I'm not sure if it was a male or a female, fell into I want to say it was like a lake of radiation or something like that. So it's really weird to see how they changed it for the movie compared to how it was in the game. Yeah, it was just really weird. Glad I rented it and didn't buy it because I was very tempted to buy it today. Really glad I didn't. So a couple days ago, I went to the grocery store and I picked up a big thing of Hawaiian Punch. I don't drink Hawaiian Punch all that often. I used to when I was a little kid. I used to go to the gas station with my dad all the time. He would get a Mountain Dew. I would always get a Hawaiian Punch. And obviously this is only for people who can drink, but a nice cheap man's version of like a daiquiri. Take some fruit punch, stick it in the freezer, get it nice and chilled. That one. Or get it a little slushy. That helps too. Get it a little slushy, and then put some rum in it. Any kind. I am a fan of Captain Morgan, so I put a little bit of his rum in there, and there you go, a cheap man's daiquiri. All right, so there was a video going around. I got a broom right here just to help me prove my point. There it is. Apparently about making your broom stand up on end. Somebody posted a video online saying you can only do it because of the Earth's gravitational pull, and you can only do it one day out of the year. NASA debunked that very quickly, and I just tried it, and it totally works. So what you want to do is take the bristles, kind of smoosh them down a little bit, have them make like a little tripod, and then it's all about balance. And there you go. Ooh, it's magic. Alright, so I'm about to call it quits for tonight and hit the hay. Got work tomorrow, and then I'll be streaming tomorrow night. The only issue with streaming during the week is that I can only stream for maybe a couple hours or a few hours every day, and then more on the weekends, or more so on the weekends. As of right now, I'm playing through a game on offline and online on Steam, or on stream, called Graveyard Keeper. I'll show a picture of it right here so you know which one I'm talking about. It's a fun game. The only issue is that if you buy the game, because as far as I know, it's on Switch, PC, PS4, and Xbox One, I think, too. So it's on everything. The only issue is that if you buy the game, be fully aware that you're buying it for the journey through the game, not because of the ending. I have 80 hours invested into the game right now. The ending of the game, I went online and looked at it a little early just because I wanted to know what I was getting myself into. I was extremely ticked. I've never been that mad at an ending. Not because of how the ending is, but because of how short it is. Not the context, but the duration of it. It's extremely short. If you're clicking, because you can click through the speech bubbles and just watch the people walk into place. If you can click through that stuff, you could probably watch the whole end credit scene in about 30 seconds. If you really take your time and get everything, you could put close to 100 hours, if not more, into this game for a 30-second end credit scene. It's just, I don't even know what to say about that. On one hand, you could also say that this game clearly teaches it's about the journey, not the destination. But that's gonna do it for now. I will see you guys tomorrow. So on my way home from work today, I stopped at Michael's and picked up a thing of balsa wood, long thing of it, as well as a box, and I want to show you this box. All right, so when I first got this, I think it's on this side, I took this off. It was like a little, upside down. It's like a little thing where you could put like a label. I took that off. Nice size box. Take off the top. And there you go. So what I'm thinking about doing is taking that balsa wood. The game consoles will probably come out. And I'm not sure if I'm going to actually keep them with the box, or if I'm just going to get a separate container for them. But what I'm thinking about doing is having the games like this. Balsa wood is going to be a good divider to go in between from here to here. I'm not sure if I want to do it the long way or the short way. As of right now, I think I'm going to do it the short way. The issue I'm running into is how exactly do I want to do it? Do I want to just do it 2 lanes, or do I set up basically, see if I can, here, 3 lanes, or do I go a 4th lane? I mean, do I set it up just for the games this way, or do I do it the long way? Because if I break these up a little bit, I'll take some off of here. I'm not going to be able to get a 3rd one in there. Even if you separate these a little for the spacing, you're still going to have some extra space on the side that could easily be cords or whatever. But if I set it up back like this, let's just take, I could at least have this side for for cords, and then I could have 4 rows of games. I don't think I'm ever going to have 4 or 5 rows of games for the Game Boy. There's just not enough games for me to get into it like that. So if anything, I would probably just do, I may just have, I may just have everything's falling down now. I may just have spacing and dividers for 3 rows of games, but then keep this side open for maybe cords and smaller gaming consoles. I'm not sure. And then down the road I may actually get this thing stained, but for right now, this is definitely it. This cost me $9.99 and the balsa wood cost me I want to say about $3. Not even $2.50, $3. So not a bad deal. So tonight we did end up making it to the end of Graveyard Keeper. I love the game as a whole. It's a game that taught me not to enjoy the ending of it, it's not always about the end result, it's about the journey to the destination. And with that game, it's literally what it's about. Because you build up the farm, the church, your connections and relationships with the people, and it's about that whole section of it rather than the end of the game. But that's gonna do it for tonight. I am not looking forward to another cold week, but there's not really much we can do about that. But I will see you guys tomorrow. Hey guys, hope you're all doing well today. So it is almost Friday. It's Wednesday night. Can't even get my day straight. It's Wednesday night. We're supposed to get kind of cold tonight going into tomorrow, and maybe Friday. It's supposed to feel like it's in the negative numbers again, or really close to it, unfortunately. I took the reward points that I had from my bank. I don't really spend them, and I just found out that I can use them for movie tickets for Fandango. So what I'm gonna do is go see Sonic the Hedgehog. The movie, great reviews, great overall. I want to say it beat Detective Pikachu for the highest opening weekend for a video game adaptation film. So I'm very pumped about that. I'm going to go check it out on Friday night, and I will let you guys know how it is. And then on top of that, I am 11 games away from hitting 600. Once I hit 600 games, I'm going to go through and make a short video going through all of my games up until this point and showing you some of the ones that have a little bit more meaning to me. Other than that, the week has been going pretty well. I also found out that they're doing some change to Cinderella's Castle in Disney World. They're gonna start very soon and hopefully have it done, or they will have it done, before the 50th anniversary for Disney World. They're basically gonna make it more reminiscent of like Cinderella's actual castle from like the movie, I wanna say, where it's got more gold, more navy blue in it. It's gonna be brighter, and I can't wait for it. I'm fine with whatever Disney does as long as it doesn't look like this again. But I want to watch a couple more episodes of Home Improvement before I pass out. So I will see you guys later. Make sure to like, subscribe if you haven't. Share the video, the more the merrier. And I will see you all next time. Take care.